Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, welcome back, tennis fans. It has been a bit of an epic day already in Roland Garros. We've had big news which has come out. It's Dominic Thiem has crashed out of the French Open to the hands of Pablo Andujar from 2-0 up. He loses in 5. What an epic matchup. JG, I'm shocked. I have to say.
We had to do a podcast about it because it is shocking. Dominic Thiem, historically, it's his favourite tournament. He does so well here. He's never won it, but comes so close. Only Rafa Nadal beating him in the final on them few occasions. Yep. But really, it's just really sad for him. You've got to say, looking at Dominic Thiem, it's probably the lowest he's been in his career. I can't think of a lower period he's had, obviously, when he was breaking through. But since he's sort of broken through, he's always been there and thereabouts, very consistent. Known for his hard-working attitude, someone who works so hard on tour, trains more than anyone, plays more matches than anyone, and always gives a good level for himself. He's just not done it here today. And as much as we can heap loads of praise on Andujar, it seems yet again Dominic Thiem is just fell short and not been good enough in the big decisive moments. He's not playing very good tennis right now. Seems too easy to be broken and hasn't got enough resilience really to get back into matches. Like we've seen before, in times of adversity, he always finds a way, and he's just not been able to do that recently.
Yeah, and I think in this match, it wasn't a high standard of tennis, and I think that was the problem. He hasn't been bringing his highest standard of tennis to the courts, and you come up against someone like Andujar, who's actually been in really good form. He obviously beat Roger Federer in Geneva recently. He was looking for another big scalp. And to be 2-0 down and come back and win, is that the first time ever that he's done that, I believe? Yeah.
First time he's ever done that in his career. And at 35 years old, it's no time like having a first against someone like Dominic Thiem. Obviously, the third. Is he the third seed? Fourth seed, obviously, Rafa's third seed. Fourth seed for the tournament. And looking at the bottom now of the draw, or the right-hand side, as the way I call it, you've got now Tsitsipas and Zverev probably rubbing their hands together because it's really opened it up for them. You've got this side with all the big free players on, and you've got this side with all that the next gen and stuff, and Thiem's out. So really, if you're Tsitsipas or Zverev, there's a little bit more pressure on their match. I know Zverev's playing right now, and Tsitsipas is going to be on straight after. We will be doing a live watch along for the Tsitsipas one, so make sure you join us for that. But they're going to be rubbing their hands together. It's a big opportunity for them. Now that Dominic Thiem is out in the first round. Has he ever done that before at French Open?
Not as far as I can remember, mate. I've just been used to seeing him in the latter stages of the competition. But the one person that's going to be rubbing their hands together more than anybody, I feel, is Casper Ruud. He was scheduled to be meeting Dominic Thiem in potentially the 4th round. And now, if he was to meet Andujar, or let's say Andujar gets there, he just beat Andujar in straight sets in Geneva. So Casper Ruud, it's opened up even more for him. And if he was to do well in his little section there and get through to the quarterfinals, he could be facing Zverev. Yeah. And who knows? You know that Zverev can have an off day, but we're looking too far in the future.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant for Casper Ruud as well. Another name who could do well, but I think he's got some tough matches to overcome first before he gets anywhere in that conversation. The big ones are Tsitsipas and Zverev. They're like the level above Ruud right now. But just something I want to say about Dominic Thiem. I've just brought up the stats here. So since 2016, he's reached the semi-final. Well, not 2020, but in 2016, he was semi-final, 2017, semi-final, 18, final, 19, final, 2020, that was where he lost to Schwartzman. It wasn't quite a semi-final, it was a quarter-final.
Quarters,
and then this time, first round. So that's his worst ever Roland Garros. He's never gone out in the first round before. Even in 2014 and 15, when it was nowhere near the player he is today, he made it to the second round. So it just shows you that it is pretty crazy. This is obviously one of his best win percentages, 78%. He's won 28 out of 28 from 8 and 8 losses. so far.
And it's sort of equaling now his worst Grand Slam result, which I believe was at Wimbledon, where he got knocked out by Sam Querrey in the first round, if I'm not too much mistaken. And that was a shock on that day. This is a shock this day. He's playing the clay court specialist, I'd sort of say. I think Andujar is at home on the clay court.
A veteran, mate. A veteran in that. He's 35, and we should talk about Andujar because that's a crazy story in itself. When he was 32, he was well down the rankings. I think in their thousands, 1,800 something. Not sure really if he had any much more of a career left. He obviously had a lot of injuries, something wrong with his elbow. He's got a mechanical elbow or something put in, and it looked like the career was ended. A bit like Andy Murray now. It's a similar story in the sense that if wind on a few years' time, Andy Murray then beats, say, I don't know, a new up-and-coming, like a Tsitsipas, say, at the French Open. It's got that kind of vibe to it. That's how I feel Andujar winning here today. They can draw some similarities to, say, someone like an Andy Murray. Obviously, Andy Murray a bit more successful. But you can't take anything away from Andujar. Going down 2 sets to Thiem, there's a lot of players through everything he's been through in his career who switch off. They think that's it. It's game over. There's no way I'm going to get back into this. But he fought so hard. Unfortunately, we didn't get the privilege of actually covering it on the channel. But from what we've seen and what we've read online and looking at the stats, I know you've got them there, so we'll have a little talk through them in a minute. He's just done everything he could to make teams kind of mess up. Like he posed the question to him rather than just bending over and saying it's over. He fought to the bitter end, to the last point, and for that, I've got huge admiration to Andujar. I wish him nothing but success this tournament. I really will him on in every match because he can be very proud of what he's been able to achieve today.
Yeah, I mean, after undergoing 3 elbow surgeries, not many people can come back from that.
No.
And the fact that he has come back from it, and now you're seeing he's at the latter stage of his career. There's no getting away from it. You're 35. And maybe he's just realized you just got his do or die now. You come up against someone like Roger Federer, you're a breakdown in the final set. He didn't give up. He showed fight. He was 2 sets to love down against Dominic Thiem. A lot of players would probably say, oh, well, that's my French Open done.
Yeah.
No, there's an extra level of fight in him at the moment. Almost like I may as well go for it now. Everything. This is my end of my career now. I can make history and do really well. I can beat big players.
Mate, it's mad respect. Mad respect for Andujar. Whatever happens now, he's going to be remembered as a legend. I know he always was, but these are sort of things he's writing in history books. You can say it doesn't mean anything. It's only a first round. Let's see what he does in the upcoming rounds. But it is a big deal. It is a big deal knocking out Thiem first round. It is a big deal beating Federer in Switzerland on the big comeback for Federer. It was hyped up so much, and he beat him in his own backyard. So we need to put a lot of respect on Andujar's name. Shame we didn't really include him in the title because he deserves it to be about him because he's been super special. And on Thiem, I've said it a few times, it's the lowest I've seen him. It really is. I'm not sure where the next win's going to come from him. I don't know if you've got up some of his head-to-heads, some of the recent losses. The one that comes to mind instantly is Cam Norrie. He lost in straight sets to Norrie. Norrie's been playing well, but he should be winning that one. Yeah, again, we know what Norrie can be like against Tsitsipas, completely buckled. Why couldn't Thiem do a little bit better there? And Thiem's just not been at the races. He lost to Sonego, I remember, recently. Do you have any more?
Well, mate, I'll bring it up onto the stream so everyone else can have a look on here. Obviously, on clay court, he's lost 4 out of his last 5 matches now. Zverev was the one, Sonego, Norrie, and now Andujar.
Yep.
It's not looking good, and really, this is his time to shine. I said, and I alluded to it maybe on a previous podcast, maybe he's now not a clay court, and maybe he's now a hard court play. Seems to his best results are coming on hard, though.
Well, the US Open, he's doing very well there. I was looking at the percentages, and now he's got a higher percentage, win percentage on the US Open over French Open. So he's got 79%. He's won 22 matches and 6 losses at the US Open, whereas he's got 28 wins at the French Open and 8 losses. So just fractionally better at the US Open now after today's loss.
Exactly right. And we don't want to keep on speaking bad about Thiem, we want to speak some good about Andujar, to be honest, because you see his little run that he's been having here. He's been beating some good players, beat Travaglia, beating Thompson, Federer, Stricker, and now Dominic Thiem. I mean, Stricker, you expect him to beat it, but you still have to
the
face
Stricker
him
one's a
first.
good one. The Stricker one's a good one. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there, but really the others, I don't. Thompson on clay, I think it's pretty much of a gimme. Travaglia's not playing well. Giron is disappointingly lost to him personally. Should be doing a little bit better. But you can't. I don't want to be harsh on the guy because he's just beaten Federer and Thiem in a matter of a few weeks. So well done to him. He's been doing great with that regards. And I don't know if we're going to get up some of the statistics of the match because we was unable to cover it. We was covering Sabalenka, which she was able to beat Cunha in the end. It wasn't the great match we was hoping for. We will be going through some of the other matches because we know Dimitrov went out as well. He retired. So it's not going well for him whatsoever. He was 5-1 up. He had 3 match points as well. So we will be discussing Dimitrov. But before we do, the main reason we're bringing you this video is the Thiem shock exit. So let's have a look at some of the statistics from that match.
Indeed, mate. You can see here some of the stats. The main one I want to go down to, but you can see here 34% of points won on his second serve is just not good enough. 20 out of 58.
Terrible.
But the big one is coming up. 61 unforced errors in this match from Dominic Thiem, which is, I know it's 5 sets, and he did hit more winners than unforced errors, but 61. Can you imagine this coming from number 4 player in the world? 61 unforced errors. And I know that everyone's going to say, well, Fognini did 52 in 3 sets. Yeah, it's Fognini. We sort of expect it a bit more from him.
Yeah.
Dominic Thiem, I'm not sure. This is bad form. And you can say Andujar, well, he's got 47. You probably expect it more from him, though.
Yeah, but with Andujar, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's playing brilliantly.
No.
I don't think he's... Let's be realistic. I'm not looking at this saying, oh, Andujar's a real shot of winning now the French Open. I think most likely he'll go out in the next few rounds because he's not blown me away from watching him. Against Federer, didn't blow me away. No. And based off looking at the statistics here, I don't think he's been particularly great. He's just shown a desire and mental fortitude which is above and beyond a lot of other players. And for that, mad respect. He knows he's not a great player. He is a good player, but he's not a great player. But yet he's still pulling off big results in slams against Roger Federer in Switzerland. So for that, you've got to give him a lot of credit. And I'm really proud of what he's been doing. You can see there, unforced errors, 47. He had more unforced errors than winners. What about some of the other stats at the top?
Mate, well, yeah, I'll just roll it back up again.
At the top, we got, what's that, double faults, 8. There's quite a lot of double faults from him.
Yeah.
So his stats don't really blow me away either. But he's clearly doing something right and just winning points when he needs to at the right moments, showing his experience on the big stage and his resilience and the fact that he doesn't want to give up. He knows his career's coming to the end. People have been writing him off and he doesn't want to give up.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the winners and unforced errors. And you see the first set there was already quite a lot of unforced errors. Second set, still a similar thing. He's always having one more winner than unforced errors there, Dominic Thiem. But there's still quite a lot of unforced errors. 10 and 10. Set 4. 16-11. That was probably his best set.
Yeah,
that's
the one he won, right?
Andujar as well, though.
Yeah.
Well, that was no, he lost 3 in a row. He was 2 sets to love.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So, and then the final set, that was when he had his worst one.
Yep.
But yeah,
but no, it's hard to get really too much of a story from the stats. But Thiem is out. That's the big news.
Yes.
And there's some other big news as well because Dimitrov's out, and for him, I don't know if I'm going to be as nice because I don't know, it must be some terrible injury. He must be injured, right? He's been suffering for some time. We saw him against Rafa Bagel did it. It was terrible performance. One of the worst performances I've ever watched. And Dimitrov is just not looking like a very good player whatsoever right now. Seems to struggle against potentially anyone. Everything was going okay for him until he was 5-1 up. And then he ended up losing the set 7-5. So he lost, what's that, six games in a row. And then from there, 9. And then 9. So there must have been a serious injury. And then he retired.
Yeah,
I don't know too much more. I don't know if anyone knows in the chat. But Grigor Dimitrov is out as well. The number 17 in the world player again. And Giron's through. So credit to Giron for sticking in there He's working hard to be able to do that.
Indeed, he's stuck in. I was going to have a look to see who he's playing next round. I was going to say Andujar will face the winner of Del Bonis Radu Albot in the next round. Interesting to see who. So Giron will face Guido Pella in the next round, who knocked out Galan Riveros in straight sets as well. He was an underdog, Pella. Pretty crazy to think that, really, considering how good Pella is on the clay. That he was a heavy underdog. I think 3.2 he was coming up at.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The big match that's just going on right this second, mate, which nearly had an upset on the cards, but it looks like it's back on serve. Zverev broken early in the match, was 4-2 down. Now we're back on serve again against Oscar Otte. So I don't think there's any cause for concern yet. I know there's people who probably want to jump on the...
No, he can't. Zverev's always a bit hit and miss. Until he goes down 2 sets, that's when you start getting a bit worried. But for now, you can't look too much into it. And it's really opened up for him now that Thiem's out. Zverev and Tsitsipas, real big chance for one of them to win their first Grand Slam. Remember, neither of them have won one before. Thiem's won one in the US. And wait, I don't think we've got any Grand Slam winners now from that side of the draw. I'm pretty sure there was only the one before, and it was Thiem. So on that side of the draw now, we're going to have someone in the final who's never won a Grand Slam before.
Yeah, I believe you're
potentially facing either like a Djokovic or a Nadal. So it's a big, big opportunity. We could see a new Grand Slam champion. I think Rafa could have something to say about that, but they've got a chance if they can get to the final. Just some other results. What happened today? I'm going to get them up on the screen, and we'll go through some of the other ones.
Yeah, I can just ping them up, mate, so we can have a quick little browse through those. I know they were only doing this as just like a quick wrap up, just to give the news. But we can give some of these. Hang on, let me just bring that down a bit so you can see what's going on.
Yeah, I think we've spoke really at depth about all of them on the stream or other things. We've got Gombots lost in straight sets. I know we predicted him to actually beat Buster. I think we had a moment of madness. Wasn't to be. No others really to shout home about there. They're all pretty comfortable straight set victories. Batista Agut, really happy for him, beating Mario Villela Martinez. We know how good he is. But he's just that level above Agut, and he could have a nice little run now. I'm not sure what side he's on. I'll have to have a little look.
Well,
but
Batista Agut's in that small little section next to Dominic Thiem section. No, he's in this. Yeah, I think he's in the.
Or is he on the other side?
He's in the Zverev side, in the Zverev section, so he could meet Zverev in the 4th round.
Let's be honest; it could really help him this loss today, because he's looked quite convincing. Beating Mario Villela Martinez in straight sets is no easy feat. So well done to him. Obviously, the big shocker there, Thiem going out. Dan Evans went out. What do you make of that?
I thought it was possible it could have happened. I thought it could be a potential 5-setter, because I know that us Brits love a 5-setter in these early rounds of Grand Slams. But Kecmanovic, mate, when he gets on his game, tough player to play against. And I think he just showed, obviously, his quality. He's going to be looking forward to going through to the next round. I'll just have a check to see who he's playing. He'll be playing the winner of Mutet Ger in the next round.
Achinov, probably one of the best performances I've seen from him in a long time. 6-1, 6-2, 6-3.
Easy draw for me.
So watch out for him. But agreed. Martin did well. Yeah. GNSC, this is a big one going on right now. I think Nishikori has just taken a medical timeout, or one of them just did. I forget who, because it didn't come up on the screen. But Nishikori could have a nice little run up, but he's right under it against GNSC. GNSC, what a player he is. Wow, I know. At 6, you could have had him.
Mate, yeah, you see, look, and he's just trying to get it over the line. Can he get to that magic 5? Wish him the best of luck trying to do it. That would be a real shock. Another first round shock there. Yep. Good to see that Garin got it done finally. That was touch and go. He was wasn't he 4-love down in the second set as well? Won at 6-4 by the looks of it.
Well, it might have been the third set. He was down 4-love, I think.
Are you sure?
You can have a check.
Oh yeah, I can always click on it, can't I? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in the second set, yeah, you're right, mate. I'm wrong. Yep. Okay, good. So just as always, so I'm moving down. Yeah, have a quick look. Obviously, Dimitrov out. Mutet has lost the first set to Ger. I reckon that one could go to 5.
Oh, Zverev. What's he doing? Zverev's been broke again.
Chris Smear calls it. Chris Smear
Oscar Otte here serving for the first set.
He said, you guys better cover Oscar Otte versus Zverev, because there is going to be
I'll tell you guys now, if Zverev is to go out, we'll be doing another video just like this with Zverev in the title. Shock exit number 2, Alex Zverev out, and then Tsitsipas is going to be there. Probably, I don't know. Could he go out as well?
No,
could we have a Taberna final from this side? It's sort of destined. Taberna's going all the way.
Taberna Giannessi. I don't know. Who knows?
That could be the semis, mate, from this side of the draw.
I'd love to see it. I would love to see Taberna do well, mate. We want to rep those challenger players. Don't you forget about it. But yeah, he's just about to kick off, Taberna. Yeah. But mate, yeah, we won't cover any more of that. We're covering Tsitsipas versus Chardy. That's coming up after Kuznetsova versus Azarenka, and they're just in the first set right now. So that'll probably be at least another hour, and we'll be with you, I would say.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I think the last thing to really say is just on Thiem, and not really Thiem, more Andujar. It just shows you to never ever give up in life, and he's shown that right now. 2 sets down against Dominic Thiem, a finalist, a semi-finalist, someone who loves this tournament, who's very good and has a chance of winning it. One of the favourites to win it, maybe you could say, Dominic Thiem. Beating him from 2 sets down, he's come back and won, and it just shows you to never really give up in life, because anything's possible. 35 years old now. When he was 32, he had all them injuries. 3 injuries you said on his elbow?
Yeah.
He's got like a mechanic elbow now.
Yeah.
And he's fought through and shown that anything's possible and beating Dominic Thiem. So well done to Pablo Andujar. I wish him all the best in the upcoming matches this tournament.
And mate, and probably one thing which we should point out is both of us got something right for a change. Neither of us had Thiem in our top 5 for the tournament. And there you go. But a GTL first. The GTL curse is not there.
It's been lifted. Our curse is lifted.
Love it, mate. I think we cursed. I cursed Sabalenka Conja by building up at the beginning of the match and saying it was probably the biggest match of the first round. And we ended up with a damp squib. So never mind. But yeah, join us later in about an hour's time. Tsitsipas, he's going to be on court. The Greek god. He's up against Roger Federer's most handsome man on tour. It's Jeremy Chardy.
Interi Terrace in the chat saying Thiem will be the new Del Potro and Cilic. One-hit wonders in slams. Is that harsh?
Don't say that.
This is the problem now. What's going to happen from this? And that's only just one comment, but there's going to be heaps of them. Everyone now is going to be on Dominic Thiem, sort of writing him off. The whole team's done. He's won something now. They're going to be making excuses. I know he's got a new girlfriend. People will be blaming that. They'll be blaming this. They'll be blaming his shoes. There'll be something wrong all the time. But ultimately, we can't get too carried away. It's one event. He's having a bit of a bad patch. I still believe he can have a purple patch. I think he's a quality player. And for me, Dominic Thiem's not going to be going anywhere.
Oh, I can announce Otti's thrown away 1 set point already. He's now at juice, trying to serve out the first set. So keep your eyes peeled on that. We'll probably keep you updated. That'll probably still be going on when Tsitsipas starts. So keep your eyes on that.
Most likely. But yeah, we're going to wrap that up. Big thank you to everyone who joined us for this one. If you haven't already, as Kathy says, hit the like button. Really helps us out. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be covering all of the French Open, Roland Garros, for the entire tournament. We're going to be doing live watch-alongs, little podcasts like this as well. So hopefully we'll see you on there. And we'll see you later on for Tsitsipas.
Indeed, guys. See you there.
See ya.